Once you've stored data in an array, you then want to be able to access and manipulate each element in the array without having to operate on each element one at a time. For instance, if this was our original donuts array and we decided to make all of the same donut types but sell them as donut holes instead, we could write the following code. This code seems simple enough, but it's actually pretty horrible. It's repetitive and not scalable for large numbers of donuts. But the good news is, you don't have to do this. You have a better tool that you've seen before, loops. Here's a for loop that we can use to loop over the array of donuts. To loop over the array, you can use a variable to represent the index in the array, and then loop over that index to perform whatever manipulations your heart desires. In this example, the variable I is being used to represent the index of the array. The loop keeps going until just before donuts.length is reached, and then donuts I is used to change the names in the array. So this is pretty cool, but since we're working with an array, we have something even better that we could use. Arrays actually have a set of methods that can be used when looping over them. Here's an example of a method called forEach. ForEach can be used to loop over the elements in an array. MyAwesomeFunction is just a function that you defined and that will be used to perform some operation on each element in the array. Note that MyAwesomeFunction has 3 parameters. Element, which refers to the actual value of the element in the array, not the array index. For the array index, we have a different parameter called index, which refers to the element's index. And finally, array, which is just the array that you started with. Here's an example of forEach with the donuts array from before. See how the printDonuts function is passed into the forEach method? The forEach method will execute that function for each element in the array. You can also see that the printDonuts function has only one parameter, donut, which corresponds to each donut element in the array. There's no need for index variables here, or the array parameter, so we're going to leave those out. This code is looking pretty good right now, but there's one more thing we can do. Since we know that this printDonuts function is never really going to be used anywhere else in our code, we could define it as an inline function expression, like this. See? Much cleaner.